Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Daniel Gonzalez, and I'm a reporter at the Arizona Republic. I'm going to be introducing our next speaker. Claudia Núñez is an investigative reporter. She's been a reporter for a long time. She's done a lot of really cool stuff with data and journalism. She's the creator of MigraHack, and MigraHack is she was telling about it earlier, it's a really cool thing where journalists get together and team up with programmers and data analysts to come up with story ideas and then actually produce those stories. This is something she created while she was a Knight Fellow last year at Stanford University. She's a long-time and award-winning journalist. She's written for National Geographic and also was a journalist at La Opinión in Los Angeles, the largest Spanish-language newspaper in the United States. She's spent a lot of time in Arizona covering different stories. Unfortunately, she received a very negative impression of our state, like many of you have. We're going to try to change that in her next visit. So, Claudia.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's nice introduction. Wow. I'm going to start this presentation. It's going to be a kind of tutorial, so we want to work together. But if not, you just can follow. And we have all the information step by step, like click here, download here. So everything is on your document that you have. Oh, okay. I don't know if you remember, well, yesterday we have these great speakers. And I just had this comment that we need to jump into data to generate accountability. When I used to cover the border, it was quote and quote and quote. And my question yesterday to the ICE detention officer was, what about the transfers? And he said, well, we have a case that was 4 times, but 6 times? He said that, 6 times? I'm gonna show you a data, track data. And this is basically for the last, from November and December of 2012 about the transfers and how this works. So when you saw, let me check. Okay. The first time that you see a red spot, it means that some of the inmates, some of the immigrants was released from detention center. The numbers here are 7 different, there's a couple of different inmates or immigrants. They identify by number. So this is basically how it works, and I'm going to explain you a little bit more. So there's one transfer, and then again, and again, and again. This is the mobilization of immigrants among detention centers. You see any red one? Not yet.
This is one individual.
This is all this individual. So finally he was moved to El Paso, I think, and the other one? Not yet, he's still there. Or she. And now, you know, from this area, it's just a one particular area. We just get a sample of the data for 2 months in a couple of cases.
But is it a couple of cases? Is each number represent a different person, or is
Yeah.
it one individual?
No, each number is a different person.
So that's like 6 different cases or
Yes,
7 different cases?
moving around. They're moving around immigrants. Moving and moving and moving. Oh, finally.
What's
See?
the red?
The red means
They
they've been
released.
released.
Is this live? Is this like real time?
This is real data. I'm going to show you.
This is happening as we speak?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, this is the cases that the sample that we got.
I was like, wow.
Okay. No. We're not advanced that.
Claudia's packed them all.
So, you see, he say 6 different times. Oh, come on, no. Case number 17126. It was a man from Mexico. He was detained 7 months, and he was relocated in 6 different detention facilities. A man from Jamaica, detained 9 months in 6 different locations. A woman from Poland was transported 16 times between 5 facilities over a period of 6 months. This is money. This is our money, right? A woman transferred for Chile was detained 9 months in 7 different facilities. This is why we need to start working with data. This is the story.
How,
This is the database. It's tracked database, and as you can see, is the name of the detainee, where is he from, it's a male or female, and the number of transfer. So,
And if I were David Burnham, I'd also say, what about due process while this is happening too?
yeah. So we have people from Somalia. Oh, and I remember that part of the response was, oh, there's some people who have some kind of mental issues. In the case of the woman from Somalia, she was transferred, I'm sorry. It was to Somalia, I think it was a Poland. And the reason is because the U.S. doesn't have a direct system to deport to her country. So she was transferred until finally they find a plane or something to just send her back to her country. So she doesn't have any mental issues, or she's not violent at all. Because with Mexico, we are pleased next to. So, okay. My presentation. Okay. First, this is, everybody has this link, but in case, I just want to go really quick to this. This is a document, and you all have this. All kind of data mining tools. I love free software. I'm a journalist, so my salary is really ridiculous. So I love free things, and easy to use because I'm not a programmer, I'm learning. So if you have time, please go ahead and click and play with this. It's very simple. We have all kind of, programmers, they have to be your best friends from now, really. I used to have with a bunch of journalists in the bar. Now I just jump to the same bar with a bunch of geeks and programmers.
Just go to the immigration resource, so our website and the resources, and then you'll find our presentation, and in that presentation you'll find all the links.
Okay, I'm going to show you very quick. The census reporter. You know how difficult it was to deal with the census? Okay. The link is there, everything is there. The census reporter is 3 simple questions. And this is based on all the census data. This is for journalists. This is for people like me who needs the information right now. Come on, guys, don't give me a break. I have a deadline. So, pick a topic. I want to pick demographics. And then I want to say, okay, I want race. Yes. So what kind of race? Okay, what about Hispanic? Oh, nice. Okay. This is an example, so I'm going to try to be really brief on this. So what about the county? What do you want? I want state, county, places, metro area, rural area. So very zip codes, blood groups. Because this is an example, really quick. I want the United States. So now fill my comparison, please. And voila. You have the table. Please, a map. You have the map.
Can you slow down a little, Claudia?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
actually trying to follow you right now.
Okay, sorry. It's just a software. It's 3 simple questions, so you can.
Can you do it
I
again?
think the
Sure.
Wi-Fi is really slow right now. Is anyone?
Pardon?
Yeah.
My Wi-Fi is
No,
very
it's
slow.
also we're just getting
Okay.
started on knowing where the presentation is and how to get to the links. and-
No, I mean the Wi-Fi is actually slow.
I'm on.
I think it would be better if you just follow,
Okay.
because everything is there, really.
Yeah.
Click here, download here, go to this, and it's pictures. So I put in the tutorial pictures, so you can, and if we all work on the map, I just noticed that because we all connected, the network is kind of slow, so we're gonna feel frustrated, and if it's hard work with this kind of things when we're not used to. So, yeah. I don't want to fill you like that. So this is a software. This is created by a great group of programmers from 9 Foundation. So they know how frustrated we feel with playing with data. So they create this page when you have 3 questions, basically. So you click here and you pick the topic. You have all these kind of topics: economics, family, housing, social. And then this is for the example, okay, demographics. I want the race, and I pick any kind of, I just put the example of Hispanic.
Now Claudia, it's giving us a number, table number, that is the census table.
That's the
it's asking-
census table number, exactly. All this is census data in a very simple journalistic way for me that I'm not a.
And again, when the next shutdown occurs, this is my go-to place.
Yes.
For fact-finding.
Yeah. So I have all these tables, the same that you were looking and track and this and that. Go here. I want to pick the first one. So I have my choose was demographics. Then I want to go to state or county level. This is my next question. Pick the place. And you have all these kind of different options. Because this is, again, it's an example. So I'm going to click the state. I'm going to choose this because I want to. My kids always laugh at me. I'm an immigrant from Mexico, so when we talk about immigration, we talk about people like me. So my kids always laugh at me because it's not state, not a state. So I'm gonna pick a state. And then just build. Simple like that. Build that. And this is my table.
Is this the most up to date, like when the census releases
Yes.
data, they put this
Yes.
into this?
It's live. This is data connected live. I mean,
So why use the?
So is this census data or American Fact Finder data or?
a whole new data.
Is this better
on
to
the
use
census.
than using this?
No, I mean, with the census data, you can play with a bunch of different things and, get the micro data, and stuff. But
Okay.
this is like, kind of,
I was curious, how often does it scrape the data? Is it every few weeks, every month, every 6 months? Or?
they work all the time. It's a team working with this, but it's the way that they program this is when they make the change, it reflects when the
The ACS isn't changing every month, it's yearly.
Every so that's
Mhm.
how often it's updated? Okay.
it's going to be reflected here. So it's a natural data, it's live data. And then you have the table. You have the option of have a map. If you click here, the map is coming. And it's interactive. No Hispanic in Nevada, 70%, blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Is this one embeddable? It's not, right? You still have to download it. and get
No, this is not embeddable. It's more like a, but you have download. Remember the CSV file? You can download your data set. I mean, it took really quick. And I don't, get all confused and everything. So for people like, Census is really, I respect a lot. I mean, Ron is really great, and I learned so much from him. But still, my brain is not at that level. So this is very simple. So this is kind of just a tool. Let's keep working on tools. Other tool that I really love is timeline. Timeline is really valuable when you track information like, I don't know, the law, the regulations. A new regulation, what was the first time they presented, the next time, what's going on. It gives you a sense of, okay, this is the story behind this new. So this is a software, again, free software. The name is Timeline.gs. Timeline.gs is, just click, make a timeline now, please. First step, go to the the template. Temple thing, huh? It's a Google spreadsheet, so you just kind of put your own stuff instead of their stuff. I did this example. It's on my Google Drive. I know it's on my Google Drive. Okay. So I just, the start point, I just, because it's a year, so 2000, and then I just kind of get a timeline for the for 2000 to 2005 about the Silicon Valley and the immigrants. What happened? So, my headline is 2000, 32% of the Silicon Valley high-skilled workers are foreign-born. And then you can add the, this is YouTube data. You can create your own timeline. And then your media, you just copy the link to the media, your media outlet, your blog. This is about your story. So once that you finish, it's done, it's nice. Just grab this, click File. I want to share my timeline. And it gives me this link. I copy the link. And not too many. Okay, this is done. This is done. Oops, where's my timeline? Okay, wait a second. Oh, here it is. Okay. I grab my link, and the tutorial, the software is really simple. Everything is explained. Create your spreadsheet, build this. This is the template. Put your information. Now that you have, okay, let's publish on your website. Publish on the website. So you paste the link from your table, and then this is my timeline. As you can see, this is my title. I was gonna be good. It's okay. This is my picture that I placed. Found Kozna, immigrants here,
So
an
do you
immigrant
upload
from.
the images were they in your table, the images that
Yeah.
are here?
Yeah, let me
And
show my
did you
table.
choose the fonts and everything as well?
My table is very simple. The
Yeah.
start date, the end date, the headline,
Right.
the text, my little text, media. When it says media, just put the link of your photo.
If you don't have you have to host it, if it doesn't exist somewhere on the web, you can put it on like a Google Doc or something, and then boom, you got a URL, and then you stick it in there.
But actually, it's very simple. I mean, to get a, I don't know, to get a, so I just Google Neiman, for example. I just click images. Oh, God. Never mind.
It was class of '82.
Okay, so. So many Neiman interesting people. Let's get this one. I didn't expect that, I'm so sorry. So right click on the pic, on the photo, and it says copy URL. You just copy and paste on your timeline. Right click, copy URL. Right click, copy URL. For your media outlet, I bet everybody, all the media outlet now has a website, so grab the same picture, just copy and put it. So media outlets there, of course, the credit of the photo and the caption, and that's it. That's it. And then you have this, again,
Is
you
that,
have,
is that Google Docs spreadsheet, is that a template that you used? And did you get that template from Timeline?
from the timeline, yes. The template is there. You just click. So once that you have time, this is gonna be kind of fast, but when you have time, just create your timeline. Click on the Google template. Click. Delete all the things that is there, put your own information, and then the software is gonna tell you, okay, copy the link of your table. Put it here. You wanna put it over here, publish your table.
And is this easily embeddable on a site?
Very simple, yes. So I just want to show you. See, here is my timeline. So I can go this way or that way. It helps. I did this timeline. I work for Human Rights Watch, and I just joined this year. And they have been cover Syria for a long, long time. And it was kind of a recent civic war. But I want to get more information. I used to cover immigration, so I just grabbed all the reports on Syria and put it in this. And it was fantastic because not just me, but a lot of Hispanic people who doesn't know what's going on have the sense of, oh, this is the background of what's going on. This is what is behind this, really. So here's your timeline. That was your preview. And now you just grab this and embed it on these different examples. So you can check on the different examples, questions, everything. To embed on your website, copy and paste. You copy this. And I have for example, I'm a blogger, right? Where is my blog? Okay, here. This is not a real blog, okay? It's just a fake blog, but I just put all my things to see if it works or no. So supposedly this is my website or my blog. Paste. Publish. Well, the size, I need to move the size, but. Oh, my timeline is there. Okay. That's nice. Okay. Interactive. Nice. Okay. So you can play with all these tools are available. Please play with that. Many eyes is so simple, guys. Really, when you start working with this, you're gonna find that, oh, cannot believe it. Okay. Here is the same thing with data mining tools. The Census report, the one that I show you, all kind of mining tools. Okay. Let's keep working. Again, another example when I say that we need to start working with this, with data, and create accountability. I'm going to show you another example. Why is this really important? Okay, where are you? Okay, here we are. Okay, I just want to, all this project was created by journalists who doesn't have really experience on data. During our Migra hacks, this is what a Migra hack is. We get together with programmers and we kind of absorb their brains. And we know what's going on in the border. We know what's going on in the story. We just need somebody who mentor us in how can we do it. So this is project created by the teams. And, just like you, I used to cover the border and tell my stories, and I just feel frustrated that there was such amount of data and I don't even know how to question the data. Again, this is, yesterday the same officer talked about secure communities and the purpose of secure communities. Right? So we grab the data of eyes on deportations and secure communities, and the matching, they explain how they go to the county jail and they check the fingerprints, and if they have felonies, they go to the process for deportation or what. So this is how secure community looks like in a map. Another benefit of data visualization and data analysis is you can use this and you don't need to speak the language because it's a visual language. We can communicate and finally, as a journalist, break the language barriers. If someone, there's a bunch of visualization, maybe this is not a great example, but I know when it's dark, my brains have a sense that that's not so good. When it's white, when it's red, everybody understands that. It's so visual. So we can communicate the stories. There is a tiny county here in Nashville. Where are you? Whoa. Oh, oh. My goodness. You always give me such a, okay, there we go. Davidson, Nashville. This says the population on Davidson is 600,000 something, right? You can see that. This is eyes. So actually the summation was 178,000. I think it's a third of the population. Am I right? It's almost a third of that.
Can you go with what through those means? What's a submission?
Submissions mean people who has been submitted, the fingerprints.
But
or
so have they been identified as undocumented?
they have been arrested for some reason and processed to see if they're here undocumented or if they have papers here.
Can someone be submitted multiple times?
The database that we have is just the cases, first time cases. I don't think, because once that they've been identified as undocumented, it's another process. So this is just a submission.
So if someone is not undocumented, they would not be submitted?
They could be. It could be.
They
Go
could
ahead,
be.
yeah.
That's my question. I'm a US citizen, US born citizen. I could be on that system, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the submissions far outweigh the matches, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, the matches are the.
so the matches, exactly, the matches is people who, yes, they match, that means they don't have papers. They are here undocumented, that's the matches.
In the instances where there's the 48-hour DHS hold and then DHS never shows up, and then they're released or then they get picked up again, if there is the same person goes into the system 3 times, is that 3 matches or is that just one? For that
No,
same person?
just one case,
Just one.
that's just one case.
But that would be 3 submissions,
Okay.
I would assume.
No, it's just one submission, I mean, because that person and the name and everything is the same, it's just, it's just one process. And then, I mean, if that person has some kind of felonies or something like that, but if they identify match as undocumented, it's another process.
Does it mean that they're undocumented, or just that they have fingerprints in the system?
They match with the database that you are here without permission. And then again, the next one is the felonies. So they actually submit, 178,000 people, and the felonies are 800.
Is that a subset of matches?
The subset of matches, yes. From the matches, how many of the 8,000? So you have the large number of people who have been processed through ICE, right? How many of them are undocumented? They identify from that amount 8,000 people. Okay, how many of the 8,000 people has felonies? 800 people. And felonies, I'm thinking about all kind of this stuff, the whole spectrum of felonies. How many of them has misdemeanor returns? Traffic things, whatever. 200 people. And just the population. So when I saw this, I was like, what's going on in Madison? I mean, really? 1/3 of the population, that's a story. I don't have to wait for a press release for some nonprofit who tell me, hey, I can look at the data and, right there on my desk, find a good story. So I just see, there was a case of this woman who just have a, she was driving and she was stopped by the police officer. She was detained. She was 9 months pregnant. She had the baby, was shocked and had the baby in the hospital. She's part of that submissions, and she was arrested. And there was another woman who has a domestic violence case. She called the police department, and the police department, because she doesn't speak English, grabbed the woman and the guy and put it in the submit board. So both of them are on the deportation. People are afraid to call the police department, and I trust that because, come on, I mean, I have a domestic, I was brutally, abused. And now I have a process of deportation just to say that I was abused. We need to create accountability on this. Are we really deporting criminals? What was the criminal of this woman? So those kind of cases are behind this information. How can we do this? We can do it even without programmers. And that's the next step.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
It's so cool, that's so cool. Is there a way of redoing that, so like, that to look like what town, ranking it by submissions, ranking it by matches?
Yeah, I mean, you can do that.
Resort it?
You can do that with simple things like a Google spreadsheet, which is free also, and Excel. They say there's kind of limit for the Google. I didn't see any limit so far. I mean, I have big databases, but there's another more advanced software, but you can do this with Excel. So you actually interrogate the data. And I said, okay, Excel, come on, give me the top one, so that, and Excel moves. Yeah, and, but you wanna see that, I mean, patient. I just hope that I have the time to show you the whole tutorial. Okay, we're gonna work today with maps. And I mentioned before that you can personalize your map like this. What I did basically is I grabbed the data. Well, I didn't do that. I mean, again, this is the reporters team collaboration project. They're
Who
great.
did this? Who did that?
This was created by Team Magnificent Seven, which is Team Magnificent Seven. Let me check. Who's the Team Magnificent? Okay, Antonio Garcia. He worked at Chicago Tribune. Adam Pierce. He's a student from Chicago University. Cindy Agustin. She's a reporter with a Hispanic media. And Irene Tostado. She's an activist for Chicago. We got together and we created teams like a tiny family, and we learned from each other, and we came up with this. But, so what was my, oh, okay. One of the points of data visualization is you really don't take a position. The facts actually told you what's going on in the story. So you have to provide always, all the time, your data. It's like your facts behind this. So if you click on data, nothing happened there. Come on, kind of slow today.
Just wait a minute.
It's going.
It's going, just wait.
Coming? Okay, well, you're gonna see the whole PDF. Unfortunately, the government doesn't have it. It's always PDF. But it's always open software for download your data from the PDF too. And I'm gonna show you that later. But so the data you're gonna see is this thing, link word. Is all the PDF report, the eyes, attention, matches, felony, blah, 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 everything. So it's what it, you know.
So in chart form, it will download as a PDF.
Yeah. So this is what is behind this. And from the other one, it was track data. And I'm so glad that track, because they help us with the Migra hacks also. They provide us this data. So as you can see, what it was, remember that the moving people around?
Right.
It's just a visualization of this. And you can play with this. Say which one is the top one. Okay, well, let's do something. First, you need to, planning your visualization, your map. Do it, take your time. Identify your data. What kind of information do you want? You don't have, I want this and this and this and this and this. There's confusion for so many numbers. Have a question. Put your data on that spreadsheet. Okay? I want to know Hispanics. I want to know the education of my school district, whatever. So prepare your data on your spreadsheet. And then think about, okay, what kind of software can I use? This is all, everything has a link. So please feel free to join our QHS. Everything is, again, free. It has tutorials. What I learned is basically YouTube. I took classes from Harvard professor in YouTube. My kids are like, hey, Mom, how's Mark? Oh, Mark is great. Mark is a professor for some place in Harvard. So my kids know all these YouTube guys.
Do all of these have to be downloaded and they take a while? Like I know TileMill takes a while. What about, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, okay, we're gonna do BatchGeo first to show you. But there's a different kind of maps. There is this map, secure communities, right? It's an example of, I don't know how to say this, I think it's Criollo path, whatever. It means thank you. A color corresponds to a numeric value. So you see black, red, right, a color. And then we have a geo maps, colors and values, like this. So you assign a color to a specific point that you want to illustrate, and you have here. So this is a domestic workers, this is a report for human rights, a visualization for human rights report. Just what countries are supporting domestic workers and what countries are really don't get into, they don't want to do anything with the domestic workers. And then you have the point. What we're going to do is very simple. You have this. This is an example, again in Chicago, where you can actually have, your information in a very simple point. And that's what we're going to do now.
Is that made using Fusion too? No.
No, this is BatchGeo. Okay, here we go. Let's start creating our map. Let's start with BatchGeo. Okay. Yeah, this is my tutorial, so you can follow this. We're gonna work like, I bet many of you received this kind of report. This is the Immigration Policy Center, and then you have, about dreamers. We know about, we heard yesterday about the dreamers. And I just wondering, how many dreamers are we talking in my county, in my state, I want to see, I want to know. So I found this report, very extensive report, see? Females, males, where are you? This is based on census data, potential dreamers. So you can have a sense of, okay, it's gonna be a big news in my community because I have, according to the census data, X, Y. So I just copy this into my data. I did two things. One is and there was a bunch of information, female, male, blah, 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 blah. I just want to know how many of them, the total, I want to know how many of them are females, male, and you can put video and photos in your map. So I put on just the data that I'm looking for.
So you transferred the data just from the sheet?
Yeah, to a Google spreadsheet
Copy and paste
or
in a
Excel.
spreadsheet?
Sometimes it's really simple, sometimes, and that's another, but that's kind of gonna take time. But there's software who can actually download your PDF and immediately put it on the Excel spreadsheet.
But the nonprofit probably give it to you.
So what I'm gonna do is copy this data. I didn't do anything different. You can go by one, or if you can click here, and it's all selected. But let's do by one.
And what is it?
So, oops. Where is my data? You got it. Really, okay.
So you're just cutting and pasting into BatchGeo?
That's it. I prepare my data. You see, I put a video thing. Okay.
Yeah, what's on the image? What did you put under image?
So I want to see. It's a link. Same thing. I copy a link that I found. So I'm gonna copy. I click copy, and then okay. Here's BatchGeo. My report. Here's my data. Open BatchGeo. Right? Oh, I'm sorry, mine is in Spanish, but it's also in English. So, yeah, please.
So now you just paste.
Copy and paste. Copy and paste.
But how does it know what it's already, because it's
I
already
have a
CSV.
column
Okay.
to say, the state. I put always the country because it's nice to, it's easy for them because sometimes they put there's maybe Columbus, Germany or something like that. So I always put that column with the country, the state, and the information that I want in my table. So
But before you put it there, and if anybody else is ahead of me and I'm slow to read down, let me know. But before you put it there, do you have to put it in you take it from the PDF and then you have to clean it, right? Or don't you have to, or you put it,
I didn't clean, this is not advanced, this is very simple
you just grab
visualization.
it from there and just?
I just grab it for them. The table, the policy center, this is their tables. Alabama, representative, I don't want another representative, the total from year, the 15 to 30 years, I just want to know, how many of them are, so this is kind of, I just grab the information that I want, put it on my database, and ones that I have here, okay, let me validate my data. And validate my data is basically say, hey, okay, what zone are we talking about? Yeah, the United States. Where is what column? You have a bunch of information on the database. Which one do you want me to? So I just click the state. And again, I want this. This is the video that I got for, just put a copy and everything. And I click Hacer Mapa, which means make a map. And
This is a Spanish tutorial too.
it's that's great. I did this for training journalists from the Hispanic media, so I'm sorry it's still that same link. So now we have newspapers in Los Angeles who are using this and putting the mapping of the Dreamers and actually put the link to the Congress. Click here and take an
Notify your
action
congressman.
and tell them, hey, look at this map. You have 3,000 Dreamers in your community. You have to do something.
Who's doing that?
We did this for Hoy, it's Spanish from the LA Times. And they map every single Congress and the Dreamers there. And the link to the political guide, so.
Wow.
There you go. That's my map. I put some data. Some data missing, but I can it just,
How come we're missing California?
yeah, I think they didn't grab it for some reason. I think when I copy and paste, I missed something.
There's some great visualizations also with the same data, but updated with who actually applied. The Washington Post ran on bookings data. I don't know if everyone saw that, but.
Yeah, I think something when I copy and paste, I missed a couple of maybe, well, anyway. So this is the way that it works. So when you click in the bubble, you can see total Dreamers, females, males, Delaware, Iowa, you know, the zip code, US, my picture of my Dreamers there, and sometimes I have a video, sometimes I don't have a video, but, so that's it. Your map is ready. I mean,
Where do you input the photo and other media?
on your spreadsheet. You see I have a link with that? So,
The far right column on the spreadsheet.
It's the
has a
same
link.
photo for everyone.
yeah, it's just this is an example. This is just a tutorial. This is not, this doesn't have a purpose to,
Do you just want to go back to the spreadsheet just so we can see again what transferred there?
And this is something you can do, you can do it in a lot of different mapping software, like a similar.
yeah, this is basically, where is it?
Fusion tables will let you do it also.
Well, it's on my tutorial. Okay, let me go back. Let me show you this one. Here it is. You see, I have this state, county, total Dreamers, female, male. My video, I just put a video to show how can you actually add the video to your map. And the picture, the illustration, the image, the link. So this is actually on your data. And once that you modify something here, it's gonna show in your data. It's live. So it's, again, it's not about being a programmer. I mean, you're gonna see some examples how journalists are using BatchGeo to just mapping domestic violence centers. And they have the story like which one are receiving more women, which one is actually having a lot of money behind, but the number of people who attend is ridiculous. So you can create accountability on this and show in the various, and share the link. So
Once you publish it, is there a way to limit who can see it?
So, okay. So I just say, again, sorry, Spanish. Save and continue. Guardar y continuar. This is a Spanish class also. So what's the title? Dreamers.
Soñadores.
Yeah. You're great. And I just say, oh, so you want to publish your map or you want to have for yourself? And well, like for now, it's kind of still needs a little bit of things. So I want to just for myself, please. And I just say, guardar mi mapa, save my map. And my map is ready. So what they did is basically they sent me an email. Coming. Okay, BatchGeo, your Dreamers. Hey, thank you for mapping. Thank you for your technology, guys. So your map is available here. Really? Really? Yes. And also my map can, see, this is the, you can, I'm sorry, this has to be here. I just closed it down. That hurt. No. Okay, I closed my data, my map, geo data. But anyway, on the first time when you, so here's my videos, you know, the picture that I put, everything, my information is that you can download Dreamers on Google Earth, or you can just embed it on your website. And then you can have, on the spreadsheet, the first one, you have options that you can just, oh, I just want to show the Dreamers on the border, or the Dreamers here. So you can click, it's just think of click, what you want to show. I just put the whole thing over there. So that had to be on the, when I copy and paste. And here's all my data. So if I click here, it told me just the biggest one. Who is that, you know? Or here, from the range of 42,000 to 19,000, or here. So you are doing analysis. Or here. So what is the state that only have 108 Dreamers? Are you kidding me? This little one. Who are you guys? Montana. The state of Montana only have
Montana was.
It says Montana, Wisconsin.
yeah.
Together.
That's yeah, it's here. Part of the Google here. I mean the mapping here.
But it's not the state of Montana. It's
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Montana, Wisconsin.
Montana, Wisconsin. Sorry. So they, you know, you can see the data. You can do analysis by just clicking on this little guys.
Where's Alaska? Oh, there we go.
Alaska.
They got a lot.
Alaska, let's check it out. You know, Alaska, where are you? Alaska has 575 Dreamers. So, and it's free, guys. It's free, which is the best. Prepare your data. Start with something basic like this. You know, the state, the country, and the thing that you want to see in your data. And once that you have this, you know the email that I got? They told me, your map is here, but also you say, hey guy, if you want to, you can embed your map in your website. It's in my email. So they send me the link to my map. They also send me the change, if I want to change something. And they also send me the embedded code. So I can copy and paste on my website, my blog, anything, and it's ready to use. Or even for my personal analysis, it's there. So that's about BatchGeo. Complicated? No. Copy and paste. Prepare, copy and paste. So I still have time?
Yes, you have a little time.
Okay. My favorite one, I don't know how many of you have played with fusion tables.
Anybody use fusion tables here?
Okay.
3, 4.
Again, it's a tutorial. Create a fusion table map, and it's step by step. What fusion tables allow you is to, you know how we see this map with different colors depending on the areas, right? We call them heat map. Because so what is that heat? What is that? The boom. So I have, again, for this tutorial, we're gonna work with the Dreamers. So you have the zip on your file, download your files, and here. For a map, this is actually, let me go to, oh gosh, what I did. Okay, what is GIS? GIS is a free computer-based program. It's basically geographic information. That is GIS. The files on GIS could be a shape file. You just hear what is a shape file. KML, there's different kind of extensions. What mean is basically it's a file when you have the land, the property. It tells you, you know, it's dry, have these conditions. People who work with the geographic information, they use a lot of this kind of maps. But the ability for reporters is basically you can connect and put in layers. So you have this extension, which is the county, for example, or the school district, and then you just add the information, your personalized information to this particular area. So you marriage them, like, hey, get together, kind of. So this is what we're gonna do. I got gonna be hard working on both sides of that thing. Okay, I have my KML. KML is just like a shape file, so the information of my property. And I have my Dreamers, the tutorial, the same one that we use with the information that I want to show. And so I have the shape file. I don't want to use this, I just want to use this too. So I
Sorry,
just,
how did you get to that page?
it's on the tutorial.
Right.
I put the files there, just download. It's for this example. So just grab those files, basically, that's what I did. And extract the files. Okay. I got the files. So here in the tutorial, you say download the zip file here. I put all together in a zip file, so you can just download. The next step, it says unzip the file. See, and really, I mean, if you follow this, you can create your own maps easy. So the next step, go to Fusion Tables. Let's go to Fusion Tables. Okay, Fusion Tables allows you to merge these two data. Let's create one. So we click create, and we choose the file. If you want to, you can follow, and then later, when you have time, when you are more like a, right now, after every conference, our brain is like a popcorn, is like too much information, we just wanna, this is recording, right? So this is just for our today example. Where's my email? I put everything under here. I put my file here. So first, pick your, in the tutorial, your data. This is my data. Open your data. Open my data. CSV. Always save the data for Fusion Table as a CSV, comma, separate value. Fusion Table don't like Excel. So CSV is like he's reading a nice article without divisions. This software is going to do the divisions. So it's like you have this data in it. So you click next. And it's, again, it's in the tutorial, step by step. Next. So now we have to wait. Here's our data, the same one that we had in our file. State, county, not total dreamers, female, males, right? So we click next. We put the title. I put the Dreamers 2 tutorial. You can modify this, whatever. And then finish. So nice. Here it is. When it's in yellow, means that information for Fusion Tables means geographical information. That's the reason why it's yellow. It's telling you, hey, are you sure this is the place that you want me to put your information? So it looks perfect because that's the place where I want. You can map counties, school districts. There's actually software when you can just put the address, and this software tells you the latitude and the longitude, and you can put on the data set and it's ready. You can be really specific, like next block, your neighbor. So here, and you can just say, it looks nice, all my data is there, create a map. So it's processing the information. And again, all the information is going to be in this nice map, ready to publish. But it's going to be like a point again. We don't want that. We want a heat map. We want to something that visual actually, giving me the information. And I'm going to show you how can you do that. Let me finish with this. It's almost good.
Can we see what this one looks like?
Yes. It's almost 45 geocoding, 6, 7, 8, come on. 50. 51, yes. Okay, here it is. All my beautiful points. I'm sorry, I get so excited every time that I saw my map. Because it's working. Oh. So same, if you click here, you have the state, the county, total dreamers, females, male, economic impact. I put a little bit of economic impact. Another column, population, my video. Oh, this is MigraHack, I'm sorry. You can see the video of MigraHack how we work together. So
That's great, it read the video, you just did the video URL.
Yeah, the URL of the video. So for example, if you did a video of some kind of protest or some, what is the related information, you can just embed your video there. If another column, you see the video, just put the link, and it's gonna be in your map. So right now, you see all the information plus my video. Cool. But I don't want this. It looks nice. You can customize your window. The info window is that little thing that we click. This, you can customize. I mean, I can say, hey, little info window, change, please. And I don't want to show the economic impact. I don't want to show my video, it's too big. I don't want to, oh, maybe, yeah, never mind, see, yeah, I don't want. You can just click, it's a simple click. And because I don't want to see that country, and also, yeah, I don't want to see that. Okay, that looks fine. If you are savvy on programming, you can also program your own stuff in this side. You click custom, you can put Jello, and those are more like geek guys who like to play with programming. We're normally, we just want to click. Well, that was my case at the beginning.
You can put charts in this window.
You can put charts in the window, yes. You have another column with your chart, and it's gonna be pop up on your info window. But again, this is for beginners. Like, I wish that somebody told me this when I was, covering my story. Sometimes something simple, please. So now that I did this, I customized, I just say save. And my info window, again, is gonna show just, see, I delete the country, so that country is not there anymore, and I don't have the video anymore. I can put it back if I want. Customize, click and click and click. Whatever you want to show. Okay, let's keep going because I don't want to be, here's all my step. But I want to see, next step. Let's add the land, the condition, the information of what's going on, what's kind of the territory that we're working on. So file, again, and I'm going to say new table. And choose the file. Now I'm going to get my information, my geocoding information. It's a KML file. This one.
What's a KML file?
KML is Keyhole Information System. I cannot pronounce it. Keyhole Mic Information System. Thank you. Okay, open. And, okay, I choose the file, I open. Okay. Okay, perfect. Next, the same step that we did with the CSV. I learned because the pharmacy, remember? I always had the pharmacy, I was like, okay, I remember the name of the file, I have to say the CVS. And now I always say the pharmacy instead of the name of the column, volume, separate, something like that. That's the meaning of CSV. So this is again information. I'm going to show you where you can get maps, where you can get data from maps. This is just an example. Let me just finish this. Again, it looks nice. Everything is there. Next, you have to put all your title and blah, 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 description. I just don't want to waste time on that. And then finish.
Claudia, can I ask one question?
Sure.
So to do this, you just added in a new tab. When you started to upload the KML file, did you add a new tab or did you add a new, what was the
I did,
step?
and it's on the, again, it's on the tutorial that you have, but what I did is basically file, new table.
New table, okay.
File, new table, and download your map. So this is the information of my map. Okay, let's map this. A bunch of little points, but when I get close, I have this, which is again, the territory, the land. This doesn't have any information. This is not, it's empty. I mean, it's California and the ID, that's it. You know? So I can marry this with my data. And that's the reason why it's fusion, because you, boom, put together two data. So, and again, it's on the tutorial, step by step. So take your time, have a nice cup of coffee, a glass of wine, it works perfect. And I just wanna say, hey, Mary with my other little one. My dreamers, please. So I choose my dreamers. And this thing is so smart. He knows what is going on my job. So he gave me, oh, you have all this kind of data. Which one do you want? So I want the dreamers. And I click next. And now, okay, what couple that we want to marry? I mean, do you want description or what? So I just need something that has the same information. This one. In my dreamers, I put the information under state, but the map has information under name. But it's the same information. They share the same information. Always you have to marriage with a column with the same information. Maybe the ID or the, both of your data has to have one column to share. And because it's mapped, and you want to have on your data the state or the country or whatever, you can do a country, a world map, have to have the same countries. So we just say, oh, hey, okay, pick this one for my dreamer, and pick this one for my map. Next, what kind of information do you want to do marriage? Just, you know what, guys, just everything. Right now it's about, so you say marriage. So both columns are not together in a map. Let's see. Here's my map. So let's check it out. California. See, hey, yeah. Happy. All my video, my population, everything is here. So, but it's kind of, the info window is kind of big and, my information, it doesn't look really nice. So again, I can customize my info window. I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this, either this. I just want the name, total dreamers, the economic impact. I don't want even the video, it's kind of big. So yeah, that's the only information that I want to show to my readers or to myself. Got it? But this map doesn't tell me the story. What's the story behind this? So I was like, you know what, map? Come on, give me more. So I just changed the map style. And I can divide it by, colors. So we're gonna fill this color. Okay, that's fine. But I wanna kind of buckets. You can use buckets to measure the information. And it's okay, bucket, let's divide my country, my map into buckets. I just click and say, what kind of information do you want? What is the measure? What do you want to measure? So you just say, oh, the dreamers, or you want to know what kind of region have more females, or you want more males, or what do you want the population? What do you want? I want the total dreamers. That's it. Is this range is correct? You have 108, your lowest, and you have 500 and something in other state? Yeah, I think that's correct. So I just say, yes, use this range. And how many colors do you want? I only have 2. You know what, just add more colors. For visualization, it doesn't work when you have so much colors. There is software also that give you that kind of colors that you can use for your map. And it's gonna be kind of glad for your eyes and the information. It's the science behind the colors also. So somebody say, oh, don't map Hispanic with a brown color because I'm gonna be offensive. I don't feel offensive, but there's kind of science behind this. So always consult with some kind of designer. I'm brown. And then I say, okay, those colors are fine. Save. Voila. But still, I don't like it a lot. So again, map my style. What about granite? What granite means? Show granite. And granite means actually it's the same color, but it's a heat map. It's only where do you have more, where do you have less, blah, blah, blah. So this is the range. Yes, use this range. again, the lowest and the highest, and this is the color. You can change the color, but now with green is fine. Hey guys, here's your map. You have a bunch of dreamers in California, and then you have here, then you have, I think this. You can actually kind of hide the intensity of the color. So, and you can map, remember the map with every single county? You can have that kind of information if you divide it state by counties. So, and the info window is there. I did a little bit, for someone who knows how to programming things, in the tutorial, you're gonna find, there's pictures there, so you can follow the pictures, the instructions, and you can have your own map. Click next again. It's kind of silly tutorial, but use it. Merge table, everything. So for this map, I also write a code just to show very quick. This is the code on the where is it? Okay, here. For this map, I told you that if you know how to code, you can actually customize. So I write the own code for mine. I want to show like this. Okay, please. Oh. For some reason, this link doesn't want to work today. Come on. I think the websites, or maybe I have too many windows open. Okay, anyway, this is the code for my custom map. Oh, okay, I have a different name on my, where is, I use name instead of state. Remember that so you are the one who's giving me trouble. So okay, name then.
Because country is over to the left and not state.
Okay. So I customize my info window, and then I put the picture on the top, big one, and then I have my video, and then I have a nice title, where are the dreamers? I did all this, and then I can extend the information, the info window, make it bigger. I don't know what is not working out, but, and then I put the link, always, with data visualization, put the link to your information. Where did you get this information? It's right there. It's accountability. So, that's it. I mean, as you can see, we did a map, we did a heat map, we have all this kind of information. You don't have to be a programmer. There's no excuse. The BatchGeo, it's a simple copy and paste. Start working with that, and little by little, you're gonna get involved in this. So here's the fusion tables. Here's the fusion tables and the BatchGeo tutorial. Everything is there. What else do we have? I think we all set. And the next step is practice, practice, practice. Get a lot of wine, really. And we have a Migra Health tutorials, BatchGeo, Tableau, it's wonderful. Everything is CartoDB. All this is how can you use open software maps. And if you need data, this is the Chicago Migra Hack. This is the project that the team built. Let me just show you very quick this one. And this actually did this kind of training and information. MacArthur Foundation helped us to teach each other, because it's not what we're teaching. This actually we're learning a lot from the programmers, and it's a great experience. So this guy and the code, the data set, everything is available. Media outlets. If you work on a project, grab this map. It's open software. The detentions, if you want to use it, embed it on your website. This is for create accountability. So use it as many times as you want. You can do infographics. This is, all kind of software. This is really nice. It's an infogram. You can do infographics. Put your little monitos, or little dolls, whatever, and your data. And this is a story of little girl from Guatemala. She was children behind bars. You know how you can embed this. And again, it's live data. How many of children, have been detained? How many of them from Guatemala, El Salvador? It's very simple. This software is so cute. And I use a lot of time for Human Rights Watch for simple data, simple things. But it's nice because I like this little girl and I write so much about children, and sometimes you just feel like people don't. Well, anyway, you can use now this, and she say Anna spent 3 months behind bars. 90,000 children are present as they cross the U.S. border. 10,000 are not accompanied by an adult. This is the part. And then I have a quote actually for, how many of them get asylum and how many are not granted for asylum. 93%. So only 7% of the kids have finally asylum. So, and then here's the little Anna in front of the judge. The judge is not too bad. I should put your,
I've been known to do paper airplanes with kids in court.
Yeah. And then after 4 years, 5 lawyers, and at the age of 19, Anna was granted with asylum. 40% unaccompanied. All this information is here. And then I have the quote. Some young children have brought with their teddy bears into the court. One told pee in his pants when he brought in front of the judge. Can you see those kind of stuff? So it's a story. It's your story.
And what's is Vera Institute the source of some of that? Vera Institute, is that the source on some of that?
Yes, all the sources here. Link with all the source for this infographic. We have to. So again, it's remittances here. This is domestic violence. Some team just want to map the business in their communities. How many of those businesses are from immigrants? And then she used a BatchGeo. She interviewed business owners and, hey, tell me your story, very short story. And she put the video and she mapped the little community with the video and say, this is the impact in my neighborhood. And you can click and see the story. So what is behind the restaurant in front of me? It's
amazing.
So,
Let's do
questions?
some questions, Claudia.
Sure.
I love your data on transfers. Can you tell us how to get to that, like when they're transferred from detention center to detention center?
Which one?
Remember
The first one.
beginning, how do we find that data online?
Oh, okay. This one. The data is here, but don't want to. The link is broken, I think.
But it's on Migra, is that where it is?
Yes, it's on Migra Hack. If you go to, it's on the website actually.
Okay.
This is the home. There's a couple of pictures and everything, but here's get data. We make all the data available. It's data. This is Wilson, another night fellow. I just go. This is for free. 3 days, free training. The purpose is not. Yeah, we create stories, but the purpose is, plant the seed. We need to start working with this. So that's basically. So if you click get data, and there's a bunch of, Chicago data, national data is here.
This is from track.
Track information is here. This is all data set, and it's ready to use. Clean data. We provide this. See all this
Where is
Number
that link?
in the Chicago Migra Hack.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
does it give the source of the data?
Everything is the link to the place, the data, the Google spread, even the Google spreadsheet is here. So you just can start mapping or using right now. So the foreign board by state here from 1990 to 2000 and 2010 is right here. Just click and it's right here. The number of immigrants that serves in the army, the number of females, everything about immigration is report, census, track. This is a collaboration with the Institute for Justice and Journalism, and they provide training for immigrants, for reporters who cover immigration. It's a great team. Diane Solis is part of the IJJ, and they basically help you to work with immigrants. How can you cover immigration? What is the best way? I just kind of work with the data thing. But if you need a data set, you can send them an email and they can help you with track. We have, IJJ have a license, Institute for Justice and Journalism have a license for tracking.
Okay, how can you turn the PDF information into a spreadsheet?
There is, it's always complicated, but, and it takes time. A lot of, right now, a lot of them has, you know, kind of the Excel or CSV or, but Tabula, open software, free, the money. This allows you to translate a couple of files for free. And there is also in the list of resources where you can go for transfer. You download your document and they give you the tables. So that's one of the, but it's always, I mean, kind of the issue.
But wouldn't you say that most of that data is available, either from the nonprofit or from the government?
You can map all kind of data.
I mean, it's available in Excel.
It's available, and you know, sometimes it's so simple, if you just Google and just put determination XML, you know, Excel, Google gives you data sets available. Because I'll put immigrant CSV, and it gives you different, it's kind of advanced search. But there's a lot of reporters. IRE have data sets. If you're looking for story, same thing. I mean, with MigraHub, you have all this data available. Use it, please. Create your maps. If you need have a question on programming, or have some doubt with your data, like if you don't know if the data is really reliable, or what is the margin of error, or things like that, we connect you with a someone who is a specialist in data analysis, and they can answer your questions. That's what we want to. We want to be like this network of different fields working together. And please, your best friend, go and find a programmer and just stick like a, you know, like a sticker. Like don't. Yes, we need to do this. And if you have questions, my email is there. We have a, you know, it's so beautiful through the MigraHub because all of them are volunteers, everyone. And they spend 3 days working with us journalists. Be patient with us because we have so many information and we're crazy. And we learn together. And it's just, the energy is so beautiful. Some of them are, in Los Angeles, we have a NASA programmers working for free a weekend. You know, we have people from big universities being there with us. And they say they immigrant themselves. And they don't have too many times to work with other immigrants. They work with big companies, big names, but very few times have the opportunity to work on social issues and generate, again, accountability. So we really appreciate, I mean, when we create this, the first one was designed for 30 people. We have 100, and I had to close the thingy because it was in La Opinion, and they, you know, they gonna kill me. So we have another 30 people on waiting list. But everyone came to some kind of skills, and really we learn a lot. 2 years ago, before my night fellowship at Stanford, I was, you know, I got a backpack and I walked the whole from Texas to California, looking for stories. Always a lot of data. And I saw, you know, I feel so frustrated, like all these beautiful maps and everything. It was on the New York Times and the Washington Post and these big media outlets. But what about ethnic media outlets? What about the people that I cover? They need this kind of information. So that was my idea. How can I make available, if I don't have resources to pay for a programmer? If I only have my blog because I was fired because the crisis, I can create my blog and I can, you know, come up with this kind of stories. And I don't have to hire a programmer. I can do it. So you can do it, guys.